Good morning to you. How you doing? Hopefully you're having a great weekend already. I am here cutting some cheese, having a few little pieces of cheese for morning meal, along with see, that's 18 grams. I weigh everything that I do around here. I think it's crucial to weigh your food and to log it. I use Chronometer to log. That's my 30 grams right there. I'm just going to keep it at 30 for now and talk to you. Yeah, I have not done one of these Saturday lives for some time. And the reason why is because my schedule has been really crazy. So I got that going. And today I was able to do this live here. So gonna see how this goes. I am using a different camera today, so I really want to see what the video looks like. I can see my face there. And Rachel writing me. You know what? I think with the camera, I think I have a little bit too much light going on here. Hold on, guys. How's that? Looks better, right? Okay. So, let me get this off the screen. And welcome to the program. Yeah, I got my coffee going here. Puerto Rico. You guys see that? Yeah. Coffee is Colombian now. And my cheese is from, I don't know where they make this cheese, probably Wisconsin. Doesn't say on the package. Should, right? All right. So down to business. Happy you could join me here. I have found some challenges that I want to talk about this last week. If you are stumbling upon this video, I want to tell you that I am fighting right now. I'm fighting biliary cancer. It's a cancer of bile ducts and, close to the liver and close to the gallbladder. And it's sort of like there. And if anything, it is shrinking using, my own protocol that I put together that's loosely formed around the press pulse paper that was done by Dr. Thomas Seyfried and Dr. Dom D'Agostino. Both put together this paper on, how you could pressure these cancer cells into giving up, one form I use is starvation. I try to starve the cancer cells of the foods that they like. And I also use different supplements that also help block the pathways that that the food uses to get to the cancer cells, or the cancer cells, use to get their nourishment. So this helps as well. And the challenge I was talking about this last week, or this week, I guess, because it's still this week, is I find that anytime that I jump off my diet, as sometimes repetitive as it is, I know there are these certain foods that will keep me in deep ketosis. Cheese is okay. Cheese helps me. Cheese is one of those ones where there's fat in it, yeah, and but there's also the fat protein ratios depending on the cheese. Actually, it's interesting that this extra sharp cheddar cheese that I got at Publix, this is our local grocery store yesterday, is actually quite high in fat. And the other one, the Monterey Jack, is also one of the few, that's what I did. I went around and looked at the cheese, the nutritional label, and you got to do stuff like that. If you want to take advantage and do things efficiently, so you don't have to be like, okay, I'm approaching my protein macro, but I'm not even close to where my fat macro should be. So, yeah, that's one of the things that I look at. And I think during this last week, because I wasn't really keeping track, and I know a lot of you start out keeping good numbers, keeping track of what you're eating and stuff. But I try to do it all the time because I find myself needing that kind of discipline and accountability where, somebody takes a look at what I'm doing and goes, hey, how come why did you do that? And a lot of times it's because we have some kind of an addictive streak in us. And, I wouldn't say that every single person has an addiction, but I mean, quite so many of us do. That's just the way our generation was raised, being addicted to, especially foods. And, you'll find yourself in a situation where you break down that feeling. And the way addictions get out of control is that you will ingest something that is really off your menu, but it's an addictive type thing. And you may eat one of them and then go, and then just keep going. So the problem is, arresting that first impulse to go for the food. The way this is done is through actually it's a mental type thing. So it's more of how can we handle this mentally, where when that thought comes up, you have something else to fall back on. But anyway, some of those challenges this week. So yeah, it kind of knocked me off the wagon as far as being in ketosis. The other thing, I was doing a 72-hour fast before my chemo on Thursday, and part of that didn't go well either. I had some challenges where, like, almost the day before the chemo, I'm not sure what I ate, something that I thought, well, this is okay. It's less than the 700 calories. You start making up excuses, because right now I'm doing studies on fasting and also fasting mimicking diet. And since I do have, I know, and many of us do have problems with doing a complete water fast, that, the fasting mimicking is a diet that sounds, sounds good. But I want to get to the point where I don't even do the fasting mimic. I just do my fast. I think that puts me into the deepest state of ketosis, and that's what I want for me. So this week I did do my chemo on Thursday. It was an okay day. The thing that got me after the chemo was even later on that day, and then Friday, and not so much today, but today's just started. I have this, I'm not sure if you call this thing neuropathy as well, but it's like a loss of sensation in the extremities, like the fingertips, and also the bottom of my feet. I feel it as well. So got that going on. I don't like it because the research that I've done on that is saying that the chemotherapy is actually doing some kind of nerve damage that could be permanent. And I already have a lot of complaints about the chemotherapy. For one thing, I've lost most of my hair. That my taste of coffee has changed, and you guys know what a coffee snob I am. So when you change my Java, you're messing with the wrong guy, right? So I drink it, and then like on the underside of my tongue, where there are, there's flavor, there's what do you call it, taste buds, I guess. I'll get this like a metallic like taste, like an aftertaste as I'm drinking it. I still drink it because of the effect of the coffee. I like the caffeine kick right around this time of day. And I just, it has also changed the taste of MCT oil, which is critical, I know, for what I'm doing here. I did do a couple of things different. I want to give you guys a protocol update. I haven't spoken to my nutritionist in a while, which probably means he wants to be paid, maybe. I got to look at that. But I did change supplementation. Okay, where are we on that? I don't have it right here, but I'm going to pull it up on Google, and you guys can just go out and probably, buy your own brand or it is, let's see, somehow I got over on Twitter, but images. What we're going to talk about here just for a second is branch chain amino acids. And I had the opportunity to talk to this week Dr. Dom D'Agostino, which is, like I said before, he is, a hero because, it's part of his research that what I base my whole, most of my protocol on, which to me is life or death. So the scientific research that these guys are doing, and no pressure, may lead to somebody either surviving or dying of this disease. So here's the pictures of the branch chain amino acid. Mix up the cookies and all the other stuff. And I'm sure you guys have seen this. It's, yeah. So it's, how do we do this? Guys, we did this the other day. Remember that? We let the camera autofocus. So we need to come over to the right camera and hit the autofocus button once. All right. So we're going to let that thing focus in there. There you go. See, so it's branch chain amino acids. I think the one that we talked about most was lysine and leucine. Those two. It seems to me that there has been studies on the branch chain amino acids causing tumor cell growth, and a couple of people had written me on Twitter and said, hey, I know I see you're taking the branch chain amino acids because you talk about them. And here are a couple of scientific papers that show that when mouse models or whoever were given the branch chain amino acids, the cancer cells started to grow. So I asked Dr. D'Agostino about this, and he said, in all his studies over the years that they've done this, and he said we gave our animals quite a high dosage of the branch chain amino acids, and if there was tumor cell growth, it was insignificant. He said it was not something that they would write down. Oh, this crazy thing happened. He said instead, we wanted to see the assimilation of protein to muscle tissue, and that's exactly what I want. So I've been taking it one day, but because of my last couple of days jumping off my diet, I haven't really been able to see, if I had any kind of significant increase in weight. I'm looking at even half pounds here, to know if it's because of the branch chain or because I just like pigged out on cheese and whatever else was around at the time. Okay. So, it should be interesting, exciting to see what happens. I am including it. I feel good about it. I feel like it's going to be beneficial in helping me maintain my weight as I'm going through this challenge. One of the things that happens when you contract cancer is that your antibodies in your body, as they fight cancer, they also use up a lot of energy in the form of fats and water, and so you start losing that weight rapidly. And also the chemotherapy is another thing, make you lose weight. And then if you're like my oncologist, he would say, how do you know your ketogenic diet is also not contributing to your weight loss? And he's got a good point there. It does contribute, but the more I read about this, and my discussion with Dr. D'Agostino, which I recorded, it makes me think that there's so much benefit to ketogenic diet that, the benefits of helping me survive longer, have reversal in some things, it's phenomenal. So, then you start thinking, why wouldn't you follow that, instead of doing some crazy stuff? So it's just such a tremendously good thing that happens to the body when we get it into a state where it can start doing its own healing, without us trying to put more things into the mix. And what I'm saying with that is that there's a lot of times that people feel a certain way, or they have this sensation that, they're sick, and then they end up taking, now I do have my supplements here, supplementation, and these things are powerful. Some of them are powerful supplements, but there's nothing in here that doesn't either, there's nothing in here that covers anything, that covers a symptom. The supplements that I have in here are all designed to either fill in where I'm lacking something, where I can't go out and get my sunshine, or, in another area where I need more vitamins. So, it's just, that's just the way that things should be. I think if you have a cup of coffee and you have, like, this is probably going to be a bad example, but you have like maybe too much coffee in it, or you want to get the coffee out. What we do, say the coffee's foreign to the water, right? Instead of plopping more things down in here to make it taste better, to make it, whatever, we try getting rid of the coffee, the offender. So I think that's the way we should do with our current thinking in medicine. And, it's not that I'm distracted here. It's just I'm thinking where I'm going to go with this is that I have found in my short journey here that when you allow the body to do what it needs to do to heal, it just does miraculous things. And the only thing that's going to impair the body from doing this is you. So if you fall off the bandwagon, if you fall off the wagon with your keto diet, if you don't use your little scale and your chronometer, app or some kind of app that's going to measure your food intake and let you know where you are. If you don't use, I love using this device, my Keto Mojo, which shows me if I'm in ketosis or not even close, or what's going on. And I measure faithfully. I know, like I said in the beginning, a lot of you guys just measure, for the first, getting into this thing, but I want to know all the time. And so it really behooves us, big word, right, to follow as much as we can the protocol of getting the correct amount of sleep so the body can heal itself, getting the diet down right, not blowing through your protein macros, getting that fat up there where it needs to be. These are important things because, as I say, cancer doesn't take a holiday. Cancer doesn't take a day off, and neither should you. So, do the right thing. And that's where this week has been. And the thing is about when you do something you shouldn't have done, just start over. There's no end to it. You can just start over. The interesting thing about using the body as the healing part, right, which we all should, is that it's pretty low cost, right? If you think about it, I mean, we're talking diet, we're talking sleep, we're talking supplements that don't cost a fortune. We're talking things that you can do. And I think what's so impressive is that we're using the body the way the body wants to be used, is to heal itself and to get itself in balance. And to do this, it's not expensive. It's just doing the right thing. So I challenge you this week that we're going into, and starting even this moment, to get yourself balanced, get yourself correct, get yourself listening to your body. And that's what you want to do. For me, what do I got going on? Today I have a trip to San Diego, going to be out there by midnight San Diego time, which is like 3 a.m. this time. So maybe I should take a little nap or something, even though I slept well. Got the laundry going, so I gotta get out of here in a few minutes. And then on the 26th, I have a virtual Zoom call with Dr. Kim up at the Moffitt Cancer Center. And I'm going to see if somehow I can record that. Yeah. But anyway, continuously working on this diet. People are helping me with some different things to do that, are going to keep me deeper in ketosis. A lot of love coming from you guys as supporters, you as supporters. So I do appreciate that. And, I do lives all the time on Instagram, sometimes on Twitter, has a live feature or recording feature. And here too. So, spread the word. We're doing well. No tests coming up. My next adventure is to get lab work done on the 26th, but I'm not sure. I think I'm not going to be here during that day, so I have to call in and say, can we reschedule the lab work? Yeah. Anyway, you guys have a great day, and we'll catch you on the next live. And thanks so much for spending your Saturday morning with me. All right, take care.